Celebrities who look just like their famous grandparents. Quinn Tivy, grandson of Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and a few of her trademark features were her dazzling violet eyes and double row of eyelashes. Taylor got married 8 times to 7 different men and had a total of 4 children and 9 grandchildren. She passed on her beauty to her grandson Quinn Tivy, the son of Taylor's daughter Liza Todd and her husband artist Hub Tivy. With his dark crown of hair, dramatic brows, fair complexion, and striking eyes, the artist took on a new role in 2016 when he became the co-trustee of his grandmother's trust, which is behind the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. Conor Kennedy, grandson of Robert F. Kennedy. Conor Kennedy looks just like a younger version of his grandpa, the late Robert F. Kennedy. Thanks to their eyes, their noses, and their matching chins, this grandfather and grandson could easily be brothers. Unfortunately, he didn't get to meet his grandfather, who was assassinated in 1968 after winning the California Democratic presidential primary. The Harvard attendee received a lot of attention when he dated Taylor Swift for a short while in 2012. Chris Pine, grandson of Anne Quinn. Chris Pine comes from a lineage of actors, so it's not surprising that he decided to pursue an acting career as well. He had the chance to appear in some of Hollywood's biggest movies and television shows. His father was most known for his role in Chips, and his mother acted in several TV shows throughout the 70s and 80s. His maternal grandmother, Anne Quinn, was one of the most famous pin-up girls during World War II and horror movie star in the 1940s. Chris Pine and his late grandmother both have full lips and hooded eyes. They also both have that deep but sensual stare. Drew Barrymore, granddaughter of John Barrymore. Drew Barrymore comes from an acting dynasty that stretches back for 400 years. And as a result, she has been in the public eye since she was a baby. Her first acting gig was when she was just 11 months old, when she appeared in a dog food commercial. She had her breakout role in E.T. in 1982 at the age of 7, and has since made a name for herself as one of the most popular actresses in Hollywood. Drew's grandfather, John Barrymore, is considered to be the most acclaimed actor of the family. Although of different genders, John and Drew Barrymore's looks are strikingly similar. He seems to have passed down his deep-set eyes, nose, and even his chin to Drew. Angelica Houston, granddaughter of Walter Houston. The Houstons are considered royalty in the show business world, with 3 generations of family members winning an Academy Award. Both Angelica, her father John, and John's father Walter have won the award. Walter Houston was a veteran of vaudeville, Broadway, and film, who has passed down his acting genius to his successors. But he's also passed down some physical traits as well. Despite being of opposite genders and 2 generations apart, it's clear that Walter has passed on his high cheekbones to his granddaughter. Jason Ritter, grandson of Tex Ritter. Jason Ritter's breakout role was in the films Joan of Arcadia and Parenthood. Jason definitely looks like his father, John Ritter, and his country music singing grandfather, Tex Ritter. Tex Ritter was born in 1905. He started off as a country singer and later switched to acting in Western films during the 30s. Tex Ritter was one of the very first inductees into the Country Music Hall of Fame, who also holds the distinction of being the first artist to release a country album. Jason, who was born 6 years following his grandfather's passing, inherited Tex's features: his ears, smile, jawline, and everything in between. Steve R. McQueen, grandson of Steve McQueen. Nicknamed the King of Cool, Steve McQueen became a huge movie star in the 1960s and the 1970s, acting in The Sandpapeles, The Great Escape, The Getaway, and The Magnificent Seven. Sadly, McQueen died young at the age of 50 in Mexico. His grandson Stephen R. McQueen is also an actor who you may have seen in shows like Everwood, Chicago Fire, and The Vampire Diaries. Along with acting talent, he also shares his name and rugged good looks, which is pretty obvious when you compare the pair's similar features, such as their jawlines, wide noses, and light brown hair. Billie Lourd, granddaughter of Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds had a long and successful career of nearly 70 years. Her first big role, which made her a household name, was in Three Little Words. Debbie was also a singer. She released a pop album called Debbie. Her granddaughter Billie Lourd, the daughter of the late Carrie Fisher, who you surely know as Star Wars Princess Leia, hasn't quite reached their level of success. She had roles in the TV series Scream Queens and American Horror Story. She even starred in the Star Wars sequel trilogy from 2015 till 2019. She resembles her grandmother in her younger days thanks to her naturally blonde hair and features that would suit Hollywood's classic era. Bridget Fonda, granddaughter of Henry Fonda. The Fonda family has produced a number of talented actors. The veteran actor Henry Fonda definitely passed down his acting genes to his family members. Bridget is Peter Fonda's daughter, who's also a Hollywood star. She is popular for her roles in Single White Female, Point of No Return, Jackie Brown, and The Godfather Part 3. Unfortunately, she was in a serious car accident in 2003 and has since given up acting. There is also a family resemblance that was passed down to Bridget. Henry's eyes, his lips, his chin, every one of the star's facial features seems to be mirrored in the face of his granddaughter. Sarah Sutherland, granddaughter of Donald Sutherland. Sarah Sutherland comes from a lineage of actors. She is the daughter of Kiefer Sutherland, who is the son of veteran actor Donald Sutherland. It's unsurprising then that Sarah chose to pursue an acting career herself. She is best known for her role in Veep as Catherine Mayer, for which she won a Screen Actors Guild Award. Her late grandfather has had a career that had spanned more than 5 decades. Some of Sutherland's most memorable films include The Dirty Dozen, MASH, Animal House, A Time to Kill, Pride and Prejudice, and The Hunger Games. Besides her grandfather's acting talent, Sarah shares his eye structure, the same smile, nose, and face shape with the younger version of her grandpa.